Hello everyone, this is Zoltar and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. It should be our last video on Darkest Dungeon for quite some time, pretty much until we see another major update, as there's only one thing left for us to really do right now, and that is kill the Gibbering Prophet. So that's what we're going to head out to do right now. As you may have seen, we had our usual man-at-arms Arbalest squad of Bisquid, Sam, Jesse, and Duger ready to go for this one. So we're just going to stock up like we usually do for these ridiculously high-level bosses, take more than enough equipment along with us, because money has become no object, as is just the way of things in this game. And we'll just make sure we are very, very well equipped.
Finally, resigned to his uncommon corporeal resilience, I lured him to the dig. There, I showed him the thing, and detailed the full extent of my plans. Triumphantly, I watched as he tore his eyes from their sockets, and ran shrieking into the shadows, wailing maniacally that the end was upon us all.
I mean, it seems fair enough. Honestly. Like, oh, well, whatever. Okay, well, it's the ruins. Now, the suit of armor doesn't seem to last for any real period of time, and I'm tempted not to do a lot of scouting and running around this time. I'm tempted to just find the boss and kill it, so I think we're just going to run up, like, this way, see if he's up here, and see if he's up here. Those are the two most likely rooms. But we don't have an obvious, clear destination. Skipping the stack of books, which will likely just stress us out. Alright, here we go. Gotta fight. Okay. Stunning, probably not the best of ideas. We will just start trying to tear through these maggots. There is one more thing I want to note about our... Oh, that works rather well for me. About our current setup, which is that we have a lot of similar equipment to what we ran with last time with those extra tough rings and things of that nature, but you will notice that we have a focus ring now instead of the Arbalest specific equipment. And this is simply because the Arbalest specific equipment focused, at least in part, on utilizing this debuff ability, which we made good use of in certain circumstances before, but during this particular fight, I don't see it being very helpful, as we likely won't be using our area of effect skill almost ever. Well, that was an unfortunate dodge. I was actually kind of relying on that to hit. Rend for 9. As we can see, the protection really helping out our bounty hunter, his tough ring. Absolutely love it. And still, our man-at-arms has done the most damage out of any of our characters so far. Of course he has. Why wouldn't he have? Oh man, let's go for a stun. See if we can stop this thing from blighting us and stressing us out and all that nonsense. And just make it very, very dead before it wakes back up. A little healing. A lot of healing, as it were. It's fine by me. Oh, okay. Well, let's toss a heal this way then. Okay, woke up. Not a big deal. We'll go for another one. Probably won't work, but still worth the effort, in my opinion. And just 3 damage left. Should easily be taken care of. There we go. Simple fight is simple. Not much to say about it. We're just working our way toward that boss. Pop a couple torches, or a torch. Alright. Bit more of a fight, but they're surprised, so hopefully it won't be too much work to bring them down. Just start away on the sergeant and see what we can do from there. Area of effect skill. Oh, that was exceptionally weak damage all around. I mean, I knew it wouldn't be all that strong, especially because we did reduce the Arbalest damage output by changing our skills around. But I was still hoping it would be a little bit better than that, if I'm honest. If I'm honest. Alright. 3 HP left on the royalty. Would have loved to get those things dead before they start throwing goblets everywhere, but it was apparently not meant to be. Yeah, take both your turns, jerks. At least they should die easily this turn. I'll take it. And what do we want to do with you? Why don't we actually just mark the shield wall? That probably wasn't the best idea, but we got a crit out of it because Mark for Death has a crit mod. I don't know why. I never will know why. I'll never understand. But it's a simple fact that it does. And let's go for that stun. Nice. Okay. I'm almost tempted to just start throwing out some healing in the hopes of some stress relief from crit heals. Didn't really go where I wanted it to, but whatever. And another stun. I should likely go ahead and trade out some of these skills for at least blind fire. Just so I've got access to it. These mark crits are so ridiculous. I love them. Alright, so let's check our Arbalest skills. See if we can do a little bit better than what we've got going on right now. Sniper shot, bolas, blind fire. I'm wondering if rallying flare would be useful to pick up. I don't know though. It's not that great. That's why I've been avoiding it the entire time. It's just like one of those buffs that doesn't seem that great. So maybe I'll just go with Battlefield Bandage instead. And ignore suppressing fire for the time being. Locked sarcophagus. Well, we've got some keys. We may as well check it out. Alright. And let's keep moving. Okay, we got a scout. Probably not going to be anywhere near far enough to actually figure out where the boss is, because it's 3 rooms away. Like, even if we get a brilliant scout, as we go out of this middle room, we're still not going to know where the boss is. It's just kind of the sad reality. Going to have to do some poking around. Nice. Cleared the trap. We are only running at that 90%, of course, without that agility talent. So we'll still be grateful whenever we successfully clear a trap. No scout this time. That's unfortunate. And immediately spiders. Go figure. Alright, well.
Destroyed.
This is not really exactly what I expected, but I'll take it. Almost enough. Almost enough. Well, that was just sad. I was ready. I was so ready to clean this up really quickly. Not a lot of problems. Like, alright, well, we can just bola here, and then it's just one left. And what's that one gonna do, honestly? Enough, apparently. It's gonna do enough. I should have popped a blight solution there. I've got 6 of them for a reason. I mean, that's what the anti-venom's for. Almost. But thankfully we can just do a little healing, and it's not the end of the world. And we'll probably not even bother with the 3 HP. It's 3 hit points.
Creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Really not a big deal, 3 hit points. Well, may as well.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
That's interesting. I don't know if I've seen that before. The healing armlet? That's... Go ahead and get rid of the herbs and take the emeralds, because that's probably all the herbs would turn into anyway, let's be honest. Oh. Radiant light. There we go. Oh, that's not good. Not the end of the world, though. The Arbalest is still in the back, which matters more than anything else. But I do think we will start using our Rampart to get back into position. There we go. Yeah, 5 damage. Nobody cares about 5 damage. That's probably going to hurt more. Yeah, 12 damage. This is not a simple group to bring down in terms of damage, but thankfully, there's not a lot of stress going on. Ooh, that's not good, though. Let's do some of this. Very nice. And you can just obviously back up, because there's literally nothing else for you to do. Resist. Very nice. That's probably going to hurt more than last time. Yeah, okay, 8. Still not the end of the world, but not negligible either. I don't know if marking was really the right idea, but they all had so many hit points, it just kind of felt like the right call. Because unless we crit, the mark will still probably pay off. And you don't want to really rely on critting all that much. It's not particularly likely most of the time. Let's go ahead and... let's toss out a heal. Everybody was injured enough, it felt like, to make the heal worthwhile. Retribution, doing work, as it does. Oh, that was the wrong skill, but it kind of worked out alright anyways. Does mean we wasted the mark a little bit, but whatever. I forgot that I had rearranged the positioning on my skills. I was talking about not relying on critting, and then obviously somebody in my party had to contradict me. That's just the way, isn't it? We're going to go for a mark just to waste a little bit of time, see if we can get a stun and another heal out. It's kind of what I'm going for. Well, whatever. At least nobody is stressed out anymore after all those crits, right?
Confidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Alright, what do we got? What do we got? A fight. And we scattered all the way. No boss, so we're turning around. Turning around. Boss is probably in there. We'll probably find out before we actually get to the room. There's a decent chance. And what do we got here? Cabinet. We'll go ahead and key that open. Why not? Well, there's some money at least, I guess. Yeah, toss the emeralds. We're unlikely to find 3 more emeralds. Ignoring the bookshelf. As is safer. And an empty room. But what do we scout? If the boss is all the way back at the start, I'm actually going to be annoyed. If I'm totally honest. Another locked cabinet. Well, I guess we can go ahead and pop it open too. More money. We'll throw out the last key and just take the money. And actually, we'll leave that thing there for now. We only have 2 stress across the entire group, so no real need to utilize that at all. We did not get a scout to make sure that that's the boss, but we are going to go ahead and clear the room ahead of the boss, clear the hallway. Make sure there are no fights in here to the best of our ability. Okay, we found a trap, but we dodged it, so that's not the end of the world. Just a little extra stress getting tossed around from backing up at this point. But we should be able to heal that by feasting very easily, so it should be alright. And then that's probably the boss. Probably. If not, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Firewood.
A spark without kindling is a goal.
Oh, didn't even heal. No, it is healed up all the way. It's just, I don't like it when this happens. The game is lying to me in some fashion, and I hate it when the game lies to me like that, in that particular way, because I don't know how the game is lying to me. Now, everybody's out of position here, so I have to be a little bit more careful than usual when tossing out buffs, because I forgot to rearrange people. Okay, we tossed out Bless. This is how we do it, is what we're missing. There we go. And it's an ambush, so I'm actually going to get punished for not rearranging people before the fight. That's unfortunate. Not the worst ambush ever, but oh well. Then we were surprised and rearranged anyway, so I can pretend like it didn't make a difference. It did, but we're pretending for my sake. We do that sometimes. You should be used to it by now. Try and shut the Lancer down. Very nice. And it moved the Sharpshooter out of position, which is absolutely fantastic because he is no longer going to be tossing out quarrels. Let's see. We still want to bring the Lancer down. So the stun didn't really matter that much, but the knockback kind of, I mean, it wasn't a huge deal, but it could have mattered, is what's important. It could have. Very nice. See if we can stun you out. That would be fantastic if we could get just a nice little stun on the militia. Not surprising that we succeeded in that. I should have moved instead of using Mark, but whatever. Toss out a small heal. That should bring him back to full hit points. The stun triggers. And now we just bring the militia down.
As victories
Oh, get out of here.
So too will resistance.
I almost wish I could press a button that said no heirlooms, thank you. I'm running around with hundreds and hundreds of heirlooms already stacked up, and I haven't been collecting those for a long time. Not specifically collecting them, at least, so... Alright, here we go. Probably the boss fight. Let's find out.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Okay. Just the one. That's fine. Unfortunately, Duger goes first. But we will still take the shot at the Prophet. Not much else to do here. And now we're going to start going after these pews. Just the first pew, obviously. We don't really want to get rid of all the pews. That sounds like an awful lot of work. And we will toss out a mark on the Prophet for Duger to keep firing at. Okay. Well, that was a lot of critting going on, and a lot of stress and a lot of blight. I did not really appreciate that at all. Toss out a small heal to help out. Yep, rubble raining down. 10 damage, and then he gets responded to. I mean, that's basically the best rubble we could possibly have, honestly. Yeah, he knows, whatever. We're also going to crit him right in the heart for 76 damage. So I'm not too worried about him knowing, you know? And I'm tempted. I don't think I can defend these hits. So I think I'm still going to stick to just tossing out retributions. What I could try is moving Sam forward here. He's going to pop an anti-venom, and then he's going to step forward. Instead of doing anything. Fulminate comes out, he gets hit again, Blight comes out, which is actually, well, not the end of the world. We'll just pop another anti-venom, because why not? Toss out another heal. Then the rubble's going to rain down. And then he takes a ton of damage from that. However, that was still extremely painful for our Vestal. Okay, that's all fine. We got that fake hit from that particular ability, as happens so frequently. Pretty low hit points on that Prophet back there. Shouldn't be too much more till we've taken him down. Alright, we will go ahead, I think, and just hit the Prophet with the only skill we can. Not going to worry about refreshing that mark, I don't think. Just going to poke him. Re-trigger Retribution. Going to toss out a Judgment, particularly for the self-heal. That also sets him down to enough that Retribution might just kill him.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
There you go.
This expedition at least promises success.
Crazy. Retribution. Why are you so good? Oh, look. Plenty of cash, no heirlooms, go figure, as per usual, besides what we automatically earn. And what's wrong with everybody? Egomania. Tough is really nice. I mean, I'll take tough. I'll take hard noggin, too. Warren's Tactician, not the end of the world, depending on the situation. But egomania we're going to have to deal with. I can understand it. Like, it's appropriate if we're being honest here, but still. We need to get rid of it.
I can still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me. And the letter was on its way.
Alright, guys. Well, if we look at the Caretaker's goals for the time being, we've done everything. That's it. It's over for now. All of our objectives have been accomplished. So, that's probably just going to wrap up the series for the moment. We will be looking forward to, of course, the Cove unlocking. We've got the Cove here, which should be added eventually. We've seen some artwork for things related to that and such. I'm excited about the Cove having a nice new area to explore. I mean, the ruins... all the areas have their own unique flavor, and I love that, but you always want more, don't you? And we know the Cove is coming before too long. Darkest Dungeon itself, still a long ways out. As I understand it, that won't be out until the game itself releases. But in addition to the Cove, we've got the Houndmaster on the way. So when either of those things release, I would expect us to be back and exploring more of what the game has to offer. But for now, thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next time.